you, he is the oldest man alive, ShepBandicoot!
Kill yourselves! It's just the... I'm a heel now.
Make the bridge! Make the bridge! Man, fuck you, man! I'll see you at...
It's so fucking stupid. I miss this thing though.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're going to go ahead with our newest interviewee, which is the one and only, the oldest man alive, as everybody likes to call him, the prehistoric man. Ladies and gentlemen, one and only ShepBandicoot, ladies and gentlemen.
You started to get to the insulting side of things. How you doing?
Hey. You know, I mean, come on.
You get two more of those.
Okay, two more. Okay, at least I get two more. But how have you been? Let's start it off like that. How have you been? What's up with your life? What have you been up to?
I've been pretty good. It's been like hectic as shit, but just been able to just finally relax and not have to worry about doing shows or showing up anymore. I get to make my own schedule, man. I get to do what I want.
Absolutely. I think that's the one thing that a lot of people were like, we missed out the best commentator, and it's like, man, the guy has a life, you know. Like the guy has
I got shit to do. Leave me alone.
Yeah, just leave the guy alone. He got shit to do. But speaking of me talking about prehistoric times, there's one question by a good pal of yours, the one Sky I Am. I mean, you recently had him at your podcast.
That's right.
He asked you, his question is, what's one goal you want to accomplish before you turn 25? This is new to me. I wasn't going to ask how old you were, but you kind of just flat out, like, put it out there.
I don't mind that. So for me, I would say, like, I think the best goal for me right now is probably to get a house before I'm 25. For some people, that's a major goal to get to. I think it's a little more doable where I'm at right now. So I think in the next, like, 3-ish years, that's where I want to be, is, like, owning my own home.
Absolutely.
That's really about it. Like, that's really my only goal I got. Other than that, be successful, maybe have a wife at the time. My girlfriend and I have been dating a long time, so who knows where that goes. But, the main thing is to get a house together.
Absolutely. Again, I wish you the best with everything like that, especially, I think everybody in their lifetime is going to be happy of owning a house. I think that's, like, the main thing that you're like, hey, I want my own place. You
right.
Think about it as you're getting up there, and it's like...
You don't want to be a landlord's bitch anymore.
Dude, fuck no. Imagine having a fucking, like...
Sir for your rent of the month.
Some 35-year-old bald asshole who can get into your place of living anytime he wants.
Yeah,
fuck that.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit. We're gonna move again to the rec room side of things. I think almost half of these questions are gonna be rec room side. So, but I am gonna ask. I kind of figured. Here and there. This comes from Belkin from the Discord. Since you have reviewed and commentated in rec room wrestling, what was one of your absolute favorite matches being able to commentate for?
Yeah, I've talked about this match numerous times. No matter like how many 5-star matches I've seen, there's one match that always sticks out, and it's not a 5-star match. It's the DPCW Jewelry Heist ladder match. That was the most fun I think I've ever had, like, commentating a match. The story was just really good with the M16. The entire crowd, like, got behind him as an underdog, and then 5 minutes later, he's cut out of the room. He lags out. Everybody's still attached to M16, but he's now gone, and he's not coming. He didn't come back for the rest of the show, but the entire crowd still hung on to the idea that he was coming back to win the whole thing. And then just the irony at the end of everything. Right at the end, Paragon wins the match. Spoilers. And Paragon, after he wins, 2 minutes later, M16 peers back into the room.
He's like, "Hey guys, fuck."
Oh, shucks.
Ah, shucks,
Damn it.
man. I had one opportunity, I fucked it up.
No, but that ladder match was so, like, that crowd was amazing. The people there who was behind them, and just, like, the whole energy of that show was fantastic.
Absolutely. I think that's the one thing that's more important than, yeah, I get the ratings, right? Like, the whole rating system, it's what everybody thrives to get. It's just the big five, you know, the big 5-star, that's what everybody thrives. But I think it's more enjoyable when you get to have the backside of that, which is the story, you know, the in-ring story work that they can do. You know, it's all those factors that I think genuinely goes into making the match enjoyable, not only for its rating, but just for you, especially you, how you were commentating for that match and how you explained it. You had so much fun with it. And I think that's the bigger picture that a lot of people need to see, that it's not always just about the ratings, it's how much you enjoy it, you know.
That and, like, everybody has, like, their own preference in what their match should be. Everybody's got, like, their own vision. I think that's what it's like if somebody else reviews a match too, because at that point it's somebody else's, like, objective opinions versus my objective opinions.
Yeah.
And those can contradict each other. Some people can think having the match and making it really, really... Oh, sorry, I just fucking hit my remote ahead of me.
I
just had to get my point across, man. I was waiting for my chair for a second.
I get it, okay.
I've been stuck in this damn thing for 40 years, and I finally got out, and now I'm stuck back in it.
Man, you know, the chair is just, you are part of the chair now. I think instead of being the head
of the
table,
chair and I are one.
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying before I bumped that is, like, yeah, people will have their own opinions, and I think that just kind of comes with the territory of just reviewing in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I completely understand your own side of your own point, basically. You know, I understand completely, especially when Stein took over for the short time that he did as reviewer. I think a lot of people saw that you know, he has his own set of preferences of what he expects in a match, while you have your own set of preferences, your own principles, and I think that's basically the difference between both of you.
Yeah, I had to teach him, like, how to do things. Like, when I was doing that process, there was a couple candidates, and I had them all go through, like, what I would do for a show. And, like, some people would be kind of accurate, some people wouldn't. I would point out things that they'd missed, and, like, just kind of teach them as we go along. We'd review a whole show together. And Stein ended up being the best candidate of the 3 I had left. And the 2 I did, TJF and Rocker, both dropped out of the running for various reasons.
Damn. Y'all heard this
so
here,
Stein was just kind of giving. Yeah, Stein was just kind of giving it. He was the last guy left, so I was like, you want it? He was like, sure. And then a month later, he's like, I can't fucking do this no more.
He's like, dude, there's so many fucking
He's like, how do you do? The very first show, I get a message from him that was like, I don't understand how you put up with this.
You understand how many people have been messaging me, telling me to review shit, and how many things I fucking missed? How do you do this shit? I can't? The fuck?
No, he's in a happier place. We talked about it on my podcast, which that episode should come out, like, next week. As of recording, it's Valentine's Day. So that should be out, like, sometime next week. But we'll talk more about that there.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of Stein time, this question does come from him, and he asks, "What is it like to see the dinosaurs disappear, and which one was your favorite?"
I had a couple back then. I had a pterodactyl that I used to fly around on before I got too heavy. It was type 2 diabetes really hits you at that age.
Completely understandable. The type 2 diabetes is just fucking, you know, the worst thing to have.
There was this stubby arm T-Rex that I used to play fetch with. Unfortunately, he got hit by the rock first.
Oh shit!
It was horrifying, man. I had to go run into a cave, and then there was just nothing but bats, and I was stuck there for like thousands and thousands of years.
So how does it feel getting to see those dinosaurs, but then having basically all your pets extinguished, and then now you see Jurassic Park and all these other dinosaur movies? How does it feel getting to reminisce a little bit? back of the old days.
Imagine like you had a dog for like many years, right? And this dog is getting old. And then all of a sudden somebody with a rock comes in and bashes your dog's skull in. How would you feel if then I just got you that exact same breed of dog and then rubbed it in your face and said, oh, that's not your dog anymore? How do you think I feel? I'm pissed.
Never mind. You know, I thought about putting a clip of a dinosaur, but then when you said a dog, I'm like, I don't think I'll be allowed to put that in here.
I don't think you're going to be able to show what I'm describing.
Yeah, we'll put a censored image of something. I don't know. I'll figure something out to put in here. But
put Noah Blitz's entire middle frame. I can cover up whatever I'm talking about.
You know what, Dawson? I know you're behind the camera. Send me the picture of Noah Blitz, and we'll put that.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Here.
For real, don't be posting. Posting photos of shit. Yeah, don't be doing that shit.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. All right. Well, this comes from Shay as Shay. Well, I gotta specify which one. This is Shay IDK Jetstream. Says,
yep.
Mr. ShepBandicoot, starting off strong.
Ooh.
Who are
fancy.
your top 3 Rec Room favorite wrestlers that you got to watch during your time as commentating?
I think that kind of goes along with the question of like top 10 of all time, and I still won't answer that question. I've had that question asked me numerous times, and every single time I'll give the same answer as I'm not answering. That's for you guys to figure out on your own. But if I said like just what was fun to watch, I can say like 3 different types of wrestlers, not like who they are. I think that's a little better because I'm not going to give you guys names. I'm not going to give you names for that.
No, because I feel like if you put names out here, you're going to be receiving a lot of important messages by the time this video comes out.
I would say like the first thing that's like the most important is just like an entertaining character. Somebody who I can look at and be like entertained every time they come on. I'm like, oh, this dick, or yeah, he seems like a fun guy. He's funny. He's a funny guy. Like those are the types of people I enjoy watching the most. Second type of wrestler, somebody who's like constantly innovating. Somebody who's like going off and doing shit that nobody's seen before, coming up with new shit, like these super creative spots. Like that's another type of wrestler that I really love enjoying to watch. And then third one, I would say somebody who's good at cutting a promo. And there's not many of you. Let me say, there's not many of you who are good at cutting promos. But there are some of you who are really good at it, and that's always funny because that's another part of your personality showing. It kind of goes with character, but I'm going to move it to a separate category for this particular reason. Somebody who's good at promos is always fun to watch.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you heard it here, folks. If your name lands in those categories, you could be on that list. Just don't be I think
that's just general enough where I could have you guys speculate.
Enough where I'll have people just speculating names of who could possibly be in those, but it's gonna be great. Okay, alright, okay, well, half of these fucking questions are literally just talking about, the extinction of dinosaurs, so, I don't know.
Also, I like how we're on a beach right now and you have, like, sunglasses and shit, not even facing the sun, and then you have your guest who's facing the sun, with no sunglasses.
You see, I asked you if you wanted sunglasses, but, if you want sunglasses, hold up. I'm gonna link this whole fucking clip in there. We're gonna give you some sunglasses. I think.
Yeah, maybe I need to get some like good shades for the beach. I've been sunburned recently, but I've grown too much hair now. Can't be burned anymore.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you do need some good shades. So what I'm gonna do, right? Just gonna give you
After defeating Matt, it's been kind of nice to just lay in this chair for 30 years.
It's been nice just sitting here and just wandering about life. But I think definitely, here you go. You know what? We're going to go with the real question is, what color you want? You want green? You want black, blue, red?
Let's go with black. Let's go with the traditional black.
All there you go.
Let's see. Oh, hold on.
Get yourself some nice shades.
There we go. How's that
There
look?
we go.
Nice.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Look at that. Perfect. There we go, guys.
I'm not doing a Donald Trump and looking at Eclipse over here.
Look at that. You know what? Let's have the camera just pan that way and just slowly turn. Look at that.
Slowly turn as it fucking does a 180 in like 2 seconds.
I know. We'll slowly turn back.
Damn, that's a lot better.
Got some nice shades. Would have given you some bougie ones, but sadly, these interviews have not been giving me money, so can't really pay it back. Fuck. But
Sons
we're gonna
of
move on to the
bitches.
next. Fuck you fucking YouTube piece of shit. Well, speaking of YouTube, again, this comes from Jetstream. What's your goal with your YouTube channel?
We talked about, this is another thing I've talked about before, and it will come out soon, but I have 3 kind of goals in mind. The first one, I have a buddy of mine who we've known since like high school, and he's got his own YouTube channel. It's got maybe like 1,800 subs or 1,700, something around those lines. And one of my goals is just to beat his sub count before we stop. So I'm making like a final push to just pass his score and have bragging rights. Second goal, I would say, is, if possible, get to 2,000 subs before the end of the year, which, on the pace that we're going right now, is actually really doable. In the last like, I would say a month or so, we've gone up maybe 300 subs since like the beginning of the year, which is like mind-blowing to me. That shit never happens. Like, that's not a common thing. That's not a common thing at all. But YouTube Shorts, man. YouTube Shorts have been working out.
Dude, I think that's the one thing that people don't understand. The fucking YouTube Shorts is literally the key to success. Those fucking things are your gold mine, you know. And YouTube Shorts are your best friend. So y'all heard it here. YouTube Shorts is what brings in the crowd, because a lot of people don't like watching full-length videos nowadays.
Everybody's got an attention span of a fucking fly.
Yeah, no, I mean, look at that guy in the background.
Yeah, look at that little douche.
Sitting there menacingly.
What is he even doing over there? I guess he does have a good attention span. He's just staring off into the distance.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the other guy's just motoing his ass. So I got no clue. I was.
Yeah, we'll let them figure that out. We don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to get involved in that. Maybe we should call the island security.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got
Help!
Slug. Oh. And there he goes off into the sunset, into the water, and
Holy shit, he can fly!
God damn! Okay, fucking Aquaman, chill the fuck out. You know, calm your fucking roll. And I think you were on. I think you're missing one more.
I was gonna give it to be number 3.
Yeah.
So let's see. We said beat the friend, 2,000 subs, and then what was the last? I can't remember exactly what the last one was. I think it's kind of like flopped around. Yeah, I don't really remember what the last one was. I think you'll just have to look back on that.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
now it's just the YouTube is a place for me to like reminisce about like old times. It's like my vault of like hanging out with my friends over the years, which is really fun to look back on and be like, oh, what a dumbass, and oh, this guy, this guy.
What an
we don't talk about him anymore.
Hey, you were something back then, but you know, you were an absolute fucking retard back then. You know that?
Some of them are like borderline criminals now. So.
Some of them we just don't ever speak about in conversation, because you know.
Yeah, we all know those types of people.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna emoji on to the next question. I think again this goes back to you having your favorite match, which you talked about, which is the ladder match at Jewelry Heist. But I think
That's right.
this question is gonna kind of fall back on that. What is one wrestling match that you watched in Rec Room that you wish you could see, or that you were like that you missed and wish you could go back and be in person and watch it?
Ooh. When you said that, I was thinking like, what's a match I haven't seen that I would want to see? But like, ooh, that's a good question. Like, what would I want to go back and rewatch? I would probably want. So there's two matches, both ROH. Probably the first Ruby that Ruby DMK match that nobody else got to see. Maybe this time having those people there to see the match, and then Vacation Guy versus Kai when he won that title for the first. That was another like electric crowd, and I missed that.
I mean, hey, if time travel ever happens, shit, never know. Just gotta fucking go back.
There was one match though that I do want to see. I don't think it's ever going to happen anymore, but I do want to see it. It's the rematch between Bandy and Ruby.
Ooh, that actually.
I said that in the review. I'm like, have this match again and like put a little bit more into it, and you guys got it. Because like there was some like really good chemistry going on there, but Bandy's like in college now, so he doesn't care.
Yeah,
he doesn't care no more.
Now, he's like, fuck this shit, I'm
Little
never
dweebs.
It's like, fuck those guys, I spent too much
Have
time with
mercy
them.
on me.
Here I am, sitting by a desk with a computer, struggling my life away. Go playing with friends.
Poor damn fool.
Something. Poor simple soul. But this one comes from the man who knows it all, Mr. Know-It-All. Since you've been
I
reviewing
heard
matches,
he's a smartass.
yeah, absolutely. Fucking, he's gonna be on here later. He's gonna be on an interview later. So,
Of course.
smart fuck. Since you've been
Give
reviewing
him like some math. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but give him like a math question or some shit. Give him like some like hard ass math problem, just to like throw him
Come on,
off.
tell me. Come on, show me. Come on.
What's x plus 5 plus 3 to the power of 4? like some stupid ass algebra equation.
Just give him one that there's no answer to.
Yeah. Anyway, what was the know-it-all question?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He says, since you've been reviewing matches for almost about 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm fucking illiterate. Who are the? Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Who are the 5 worst wrestlers
Yeah, well,
you
this
have
schmuck.
ever seen?
The 5 worst wrestlers. Ooh, god damn, there's been... the problem is, like, I immediately go back to, like... I go back to, like, the indie companies that I've seen over the time. Like, these little-ass kids who were, just figuring out how this works, and they're like, no, I want to win! There was probably a couple in Impact. God, there was so many, like, shitty-ass... Let me think. His thought was Tax. That was actually, like, when he was on Controller, yeah, I would say, like, he was, like, one of the most I'd say he's the most overrated wrestler because, like, he's one of the guys who has, like, 2 of those 4.75 ratings, but also has a 0.5. So, like, like, the scale was, like, really big with him. I wouldn't be able to name anybody else because, again, they're like from those indie companies. But I would say that those were the worst. I would say those are where like the worst people come from. It's just those like small companies who have no fucking clue what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. But even if you thought about it, would there be any in like impossible into the three pillars of wrestling right now today?
Any that were in the 3 pillars. I think Dark Lord. I didn't really see him wrestle as much. He was a better commentator than he was a wrestler. I would say because like he did the diamond in the rough shit, and he actually did kind of decent in that. I would say like just as a performer, Hayden, he's like the opposite of what I would say Dark Lord is, where like his wrestling was fine, but his character like ruins moments.
Yeah.
And it was sad because like you would like I hope that they would do well, because that's kind of what I think is like I hope they're well. Otherwise, I'm sitting through 20 minutes of like garbage.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it. It's like I'm gonna be honest with you. He had potential. It's just he just never took it. You know, he never took the bull by the horns and went with it. That was the one bad thing about it, is that the amount of backstage implodements that would happen. We're not gonna mention that.
I guess technically I've rated a match between Rocker and an Eraser. So does an Eraser count?
I guess an Eraser count. Yeah.
I guess that technically is the worst one, because like what the fuck was it's still like it still has a 2.5 rating, so it's still better than some, which is crazy to me.
That's fucking wild. Imagine if you have worse than a 2.5 and you realize that a 2.5 was with an Eraser. That's
an Eraser had. That would have been a 0-star match if it wasn't for that crowd. I would have given that a 0. I was like, I'm so fucking fed up with this. I was like, I am so pissed off that this is even happening. And then the crowd loved it. So I was like, well, shit, now I gotta give it you like somewhere in the middle.
Shit, now I actually gotta give a shit about it. Fuck, I genuinely was just here for shits and giggles, but now I genuinely gotta give a shit about it.
Yeah, so that's 4. I'm really struggling because again, I'm trying to remember. Like, for most people, like when they're bad, I just don't remember names. I think it's someone who's not as memorable to me.
There.
I'll remember like some ass moments that happened, but that's really about it. Some people have had their like shitty days, like Banana Bread behind the camera had match with Jeremy that had like a .75. Like that. Like suppose people just have bad moments. Jimmy Brundle. I don't even know who Jimmy Brundle. That's just it. Like, if you say a name, I might know it, I might not. That's just how it is. I think people who are bad, and maybe I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's good because you're not mentioning everybody that's ass. But
let me just run down the list. Stein time when he's drunk. Ruby when he's pissy. Neutron when he's losing. Dawson Dynamite after puberty. Goji when he joined the Allies.
Oh shit! I just started naming names. Hey,
I started listing names.
Actually, I guess I was ass when I lost. Yeah, I was happy losing. I think that was the one thing that people don't understand is I was happy losing. If you ask everybody, I was happy to lose.
The hell are you doing?
He's giving you the straight face. I don't fucking know.
I still have a favorite nickname for Dawson that I had during one of those videos. Dawson Dipshit. Like that, if I was a wrestler, that would be my insult to you. I'd be like, listen up, Dawson Dipshit. That's how I would address you.
Dawson Dipshit. That's one of the great. It's like Dawson Dickum Down or some shit. It's like the weird fucking names that people come up with.
Yeah.
It's insane. But I think we're gonna mosey on to the next question while we're here. Irish says, "Is it pink?"
I have no clue what the fuck that means.
Thank God.
What does that mean?
Thank God you don't. I don't think this is the video to explain it.
You can explain.
It's when
we call security.
What does that one mean?
This isn't the anatomy class. I can't explain if it's pink.
When a mommy and a daddy have private parts.
Stop!
All I said was private parts. I didn't even say a name.
Okay. Whew.
Now if we're getting specific.
No.
Yes.
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 Sounds like you're taking it in the ass.
Yes.
Oh, so you're allowed to say ass, but you can't say the other two?
Yeah, no, I can't say the other things. I can say ass though. I mean, the 30 seconds of the video is what really describes if your video's gonna get striked or not. So
That's exactly what I was saying before. Yeah, I found that out too.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds and that's it. Boom.
YouTube does not care after that, so you can say whatever the hell you want here.
Yeah,
Pussy
so you said. Okay. But no, in all fairness, his actual joke is, how hard is it being Shep, you know? And also another follow-up question that comes after that is, where did you get the name from? And I think that's one of the questions I did want to ask you, is even though I know where one half of it comes from, but where does the name originate?
Yeah. So to answer the first question there, it used to be a lot harder to be Shep. It used to be a lot harder. After I retired, it was nice. I didn't have to worry about it anymore. I only did like re-reviews every now and then. Now it's just like I put those requirements in for a reason, because like I obviously could watch the shows and like have nothing to gain out of it while doing it. But now there's a lot of time invested outside of like stuff I'm already doing, like work and school and relationships and whatnot. So having that like incentive to keep going is what's keeping me through this. It's like, because now I have a reason to keep going. But back then I had no requirements, no nothing. It was like constant. Sometimes I'd have like 2 or 3 shows in a day, and it'd be like 4 or 5 hours worth of footage I gotta sit through of fucking rec room wrestling, which is sad.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it, is that I remember the amount of times everybody asked, is Shep gonna show up to the end? Or is Shep gonna show up to the weekly? Or is Shep gonna do this and all that? And I think that was the one thing that I did feel bad. I'm like, the guy, I mean, yeah, you have a life to live. You know, you have all the shit that you need to do. And, you know, you can't just be stuck in a fucking video game 24/7 because people want you to review a fucking show. I think that was the one thing that was like the big issue that I thought was, you know, that everybody consisted of asking you. You were the main figure behind Rec Room
for reviews, yeah, and Rec Room. But now it's like, by May, if nobody's taken over this, the reviews are done. I think that's just kind of a given. I've had like 0 applications besides maybe like a 1 maybe. Other than that, nobody's like wanted to jump on that. So by May, if nobody's like joined on that, I'm just gonna call it and be like, yeah, I'm done. I gotta do other things right off to the sunset.
Yeah.
Make YouTube videos and be done.
You know, absolutely. I think if, I mean, hey, I mean, if someone takes a hold of it, then yeah, you know, good shit for them. But genuinely, I do feel like if that's the end for you, I genuinely do think grab on your steed, ride off into the sunset, and fucking never look back.
Everybody knows the requirements for it, which is like, you can't be an active wrestler anymore, and you cannot be a company owner for sure. Because like what I've noticed is company owners are extremely biased. Every single one of them that I've seen, like there was a rating I saw for FCE, and it was like 4.75. Oh, what the hell? I thought you were signaling to someone.
No, I'm not signaling to anybody. It's just I heard something behind me and I see a fucking weird masked wrestler.
Well, yeah, obviously we have a company owner behind me, but what I've noticed is that company owners are extremely biased when it comes to their own ratings because they want it to be good. That's not a bad thing, but like if you're trying to be objective, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. So no owners, no active wrestlers. Otherwise, any other thing you can have, yeah, it's yours if you want it. Yeah, like no, you can't wrestle anymore. You can do like commentary and stuff like that because you're not affecting the show in that way. And sometimes like commentary does affect shows, but I would say that's very small. It has a very small effect sometimes.
But yeah, absolutely.
Retired owners, retired wrestlers. If you're both of those things, yeah, you can like talk to me about it, see what we can do, and if not, fuck the reviews, I guess, because they're gone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the reviews, if they were to disappear, the amount of people that are gonna request it for it to come back, I had already tell you the fucking list of people that are probably gonna be like, no, bring them back. I want to get reviewed. I want to have a 5-star like my fucking idols and shit. Blah, blah,
My hero.
my hero Ruby got gaming. I need to be super cool like you. You know.
Yeah.
It's like.
I think that's the easiest way to answer that first question.
Absolutely.
Your second one was about my name, right?
Yeah. Where did it originate?
So the first half, Shep, the first half of that name, we knew that instantly. Like my brother and I, when we first got our PlayStation 4, we were coming up with like PSN gamer tag, and we had 2 German Shepherds growing up. Both of them have passed away now, so rest in peace. But we used to we loved German Shepherds. We always we just loved those 2 to death. So we decided on the first part being Shepherd. That was originally what it was, and we were like, okay, so what's the second half of that name gonna be? And we grew up with ShepBandicoot. We grew up with Bandicoot a lot, like Crash Bandicoot. We grew up with Sonic and Mario. We ended up deciding on Bandicoot because it was like more PlayStation. So the original name was Shepherd Bandicoot, with like O's instead of zeros instead of O's.
Dude, that was like the best way to get a PSN gamer tag was switching the fucking letters to numbers.
And then we had some like errors going on with our account stuff. So we were like, okay, well, we can't use that name now because it's registered to an email we can't get into. So we said, all right. And we said, let's just shorten it down to Shep. And we were like, okay, sounds good. And boom, there it is, ShepBandicoot.
Oh, that's where it was born. And who would have thought that after that, ShepBandicoot would forever go down in history in a Rec Room game.
Go down and make an impact in a game I've been playing for... God, it's been almost 4 years now since I picked this game up.
That's crazy to think about. 4 years ago,
I started playing this.
You stepped into this game, and then
I started playing this game with my good friend from high school, and we were just like the first if you're curious what that was like, the very first Rec Room video is my first time ever playing. So back then is when it all started, and I just kind of recorded it since then. It was just us fucking around, pretending to be cops, harassing people in a hangout room.
That's where it all...
I think that's how it always begins.
some way harassing somebody in some sort of way. I think that will never change from any game. Going from here, or VR chat, or whatever fucking weird game you go to, I think it's always the first thing.
Since then, I've seen the most gross and horrific and downright terrible things I think I'll ever see in my life.
Oh yeah, no. I stepped into VR chat like 3 times. This last year I stepped like 3 times into that fucking game. Horrible things. Horrible things. Yeah,
It sounds so bad.
Thank you, Voldemort, or whatever the fuck you were. Horrible things. It was so bad. Like, I don't know if I guess, fun fact, I went into a Black Cat world in VR chat, and oh lord, found some people. I can't even imagine
the horrible things are in VR chat.
I found some people actually like just fucking raw dogging each other. while there's children playing. I don't know how it
Oh my
feels.
God.
Like that's the one bad side about VR chat. It's like there's children playing this fucking game, and there's people just absolutely fucking raw dogging each other in.
There's some nasty people on Rec Room too. There's don't forget about those
yeah,
people.
no. Don't get me wrong. You know, there's nasty people everywhere, but it's just like there's full body. Wait, no, never mind. Rec Room's gonna have full body. I can't. Never mind. It's just gonna get fucking.
Yeah, I think by May I probably like will be playing Rec Room very like uncommonly at that point.
Yeah, once the fucking full body come out, oh boy. Fucking
not because like I kind of want to keep playing, but I feel like I'm just too old to be playing this game now. And I've been feeling like that for a little while, so I'm just like I'm gonna probably put this up soon.
Yeah.
Play some go back to like GTA 5 or play GTA 6 in like 2 years.
Absolutely, completely understand that. Which is respectable. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This one comes from Mr. Goober.
Okay.
What wrestlers do you see potential in?
Let's see. I've had this question. I got this one asked at the WrestleCon event too. We talked about like I see some potentials in Shadow. He had a match against EXO and his moveset was like really unique. So I saw a lot of potential in that. Sam Carrito, somebody from the X&T roster, who he took a break for a while. He just came back, and I think he hasn't really lost his step. So if he keeps going, he's going to be doing some like really good things.
What about that?
Oh yeah. Quick. Putting my fork in here. Sadly, he's no longer part of WRW for reasons that I will not really disclose on here.
Is there any criminal reasons by chance?
No, it's not criminal reasons.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Just childish reasons. Again, it always comes down to the booking things about wrestling, and which is another thing me and Monsieur over here are gonna start working on very soon, is getting to able to spread out talent. I think that's the one thing that I told him. I'm like, you gotta be patient, because I mean, yeah, I know, I get that you came back, you're starting back from, from the bottom basically. I mean, he did ask that he wanted to be at the bottom, but it's like you're starting from, you left, right, and then you came back. You wanted to start at the bottom, so it's understandable why they have storylines built for you in X&T, right? Because
right,
that's where you wanted to be. And we told him that we were going to move him up when his storylines were done. But again, patience is a virtue for people, and he didn't want to wait that long. So sadly, he took his leave, which we completely understand. But would hope that one day or another he will come back to WRW, maybe do some stuff here. But that's completely his choice.
That's crazy. Yeah, who else am I thinking? I think we talked about Jupiter a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
During that time. Somebody mentioned EXO too, which I could also see that. Dawson's name got brought up during that as well. You have a big opportunity coming up, Dawson. I've been saying it all week.
There's a question that's gonna get there's gonna be a question later, the last one actually, about that. So, but don't worry.
Okay.
We'll get more into detail with it.
But there's probably a lot more that I'm like missing on top of my head. Like Old Man just got a VR now, and I've been talking about him for like a month. Somehow his name gets brought up in a lot of podcasts.
That's true.
But yeah, I think there's like a lot of good people coming in, and unfortunately I won't be seeing a lot of them probably after May, so it's a shame.
Sadly. I mean, it would have been nice for you to get to see, like, especially the next generation of who, eventually, the current gen right now is eventually all going to dip at one point, and it would have been nice for you to get to see, like, the newer generation kind of just take over wrestling as a whole, because eventually at one point we're just building the foundation for them, and they're gonna have to build a giant fucking historical monument that is going to hopefully live on for as long as it can, as long as this game is
I wouldn't get your hopes up. wouldn't get, some people I think
right
could carry it on. Yes. I think some people could carry it on, but like,
Absolutely.
I've seen it happen to Rec Room Boxing. It will probably happen here too. Eventually it's just going to die out. And like, it might take another year or two. But I think one day Rec Room Wrestling will just kind of fade away. That's just what happens to everything.
And if it does, it was fun while it lasted. I mean, I definitely do know that there was a lot of great moments, especially that you have seen and experienced, firsthand. I genuinely do feel like if eventually were to happen, I mean, there's really good moments. I think it's just to take away from that.
No, yeah, there's a lot that's gonna be looked back on for sure.
Absolutely. I think with these videos kind of helps back, kind of lets people go in the little Wayback Machine and kind of see where everything originally started,
God, I was so fucking miserable back then.
God, dude, it was fucking depressing getting to see
all these whiny little babies.
It's the only bad thing about it. Next question. This comes from Goober as well. I mean, we kind of did talk about how I felt with you being a reviewer, but he just basically asked the question, how did you get into reviewing shows? Like, what was the concept? Yeah,
I was working at Impact at the time. I think I had just retired from commentary at Impact because I had my school coming up. So I was like, I gotta focus on other things and work on that side. We had Banana Bread was there. He was one of the owners at the time still, and him and Taxi had come up to me and asked if I could review shows. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. And what they didn't tell me is that they weren't going to record it at first. So I had to tell them, yeah, I'm not going to be there. So how do you expect me to review shows?
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it. It's like, hey, can you review this show? All right, let me look for it.
It's not there. It's there. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's there. It's there. I'm telling you, it's right there. No, it's not. No.
The Banana, he started recording on his Twitch. Banana Bread on Twitch, he was recording there, and that's where I would watch those first recordings of Impact. Eventually, I made their 100-day episode thing. I did the promo package for that. Still on Taxi's channel, and it's on my features, so you can watch it there too. I have a lot of good videos in the features, like the old DPCW shows I was in, and a movie review I did with somebody. Majin, he's a good guy. And this video will probably end up there too. Once you post that, it will probably end up in that playlist. That's how everything started. Just an idea that they had, and he's gone. An idea that we had that they pitched to me, and I was like, okay. And then once DPCW was starting to, I just asked Bandy at the time. I was like, "Are you gonna want any show reviews and stuff?" Because my goal at the time was to promote my YouTube through those reviews, which I do every single time. At the end of the review, I'll post a video that I've just done. And then since then, I was able to just keep that philosophy and move it on and build that other character from there.
I'm sorry. Pardon me. Stop molesting her! Alright? She's fucking, my cameraman's 9 years old, and don't fucking do that.
Why do you have a 9-year-old cameraman?
Hey man, shiny sweatshop.
You know what, I have more questions for both of you now. There's a pedophile on one side of the camera and a fucking child abuser on the other side.
Hey, I pay. There's good dental care, alright? Dental care is free with my package.
Good dental care? What is the 9-year-old's got fucked up teeth anyway? What else? You gonna give him health care?
We gotta give him health benefits.
Let me get this straight. Your only benefit is dental. Yeah, that's a real fine place to work.
No, not dental, Some people don't even have dental care, That's a pretty big fucking score, in my opinion. Especially for British people.
Dawson over there. Dawson with his British teeth. I knew that was coming.
Well,
Yeah.
Since the Nazi up on top of the umbrella or wherever the hell he is, oh there he is, said I'd skip this question. What was Lincoln like?
Oh boy. I was in the front row and I got like brains all over. I didn't even get to meet him in person, but like I was a bitch and a half to get off my suit. And then I got to watch John Wilkes Booth run like a fairy out of the building.
what a great show and tell.
He was flapping his arms like he was flapping. I had a kid. That's a funny story. I had a kid and my brother, he did soccer back in the day, and we were watching like a 7th grade soccer game together. My dad and I were sitting next to each other, and we have this one kid on his team who I knew, little gay. He's gay now, but we knew he was gay back then. And my dad looks at the way he runs and turns to me and starts flapping his arms like a bird, making fun of the way he ran. And we were just laughing about it. It was so funny.
Great. That's fucking great. W-Dad indeed. Very, very W-Dad.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to the last question for today.
And that went by fast.
The one and right? Sometimes that's a lot of things that sometimes people tell me after the interview is, shut the fuck up.
Yawn.
But that's the one thing that a lot of interviewees that when I finish the interviews, they're like, damn, it went so fast. And it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, they
Can't
may go
believe I still
fast,
know.
but,
I've known
you know,
Goji for like 3 years at this point. That's crazy. He's someone I met through Rec Room Boxing.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to. I don't know.
We weren't that closely associated, obviously, because like I hardly did commentary at that time, and he was still one of like, he was a top boxer in those leagues. Faced off against H2O and somebody else.
Damn, Goji, I didn't know you were a fucking, like Rocky Balboa. I didn't know you were that fucking, like, legit.
Yeah.
No, Goji was more like a Glass Joe.
Goji versus Shock. Oh no. Oh no. Well, speaking of Dawson,
more of a UFC commentator.
Yeah, I was working the FNL. That was my first gig. Was the FNL. I got picked out of the crowd from a guy named Dr. Dice, I think. It was either him or whoever was at the desk.
Big old British fella.
Yeah. He just heard me commentating behind him. He's like, "You went in?" I was like, "Yeah," and I had to go through their shitty technology system to get in the gate, which never worked half the time. It was always like I put a hand there and it never registered and shit.
Hey man.
Flawed for controller players.
Yes.
But yeah, that's how it started.
Well, hey, that's the start and to the end of how. I still think it's crazy to me that the end of where you retired off of commentary and like done fully was what was it?
Rough Landing 4.
Rough Landing 4, yeah. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was the one match that I got to fucking draw, which wasn't supposed to happen, by the way. Fucking upset about that. That was the one time I actually fully got upset. I was like, it wasn't supposed to go this way. I was like, fuck. And then
It was a cool way to end like everything. So I had there's three major things going on that night. The first one was obviously like the match between Microphone and I. We had been planning that for a couple of weeks, and I don't know how the hell it looked on your guys' end at all. Unless he posted the video, I'll never know. And I was gonna have Stein review that one because I'm not rating my own matches.
It's rocker. Half of the GPCW shit will never see the light of day.
There was obviously the retirement after that is when I announced it. But I had planned on if I had a match, I would retire on that show. So I did that. And then there was the world title match interference I got to have. Get my payback on Jackson Flash from there was a story part where he attacked me at commentary and battered me down with a chair. So I knew I had to get back at him too, and I thought that was a good way to, like, story-wise, to get back at him was to cost him the world title match. Especially on my last day out, because he couldn't do anything to me. Since I was gone, it was like he could threaten me all he wants afterwards. Like story-wise, it was like, yeah, I'm out. I get the last laugh.
Deuces, ho. And then that was it. That was the end of Shep right there. This is the last question. It comes from the one and only Mr. Dawson Dipshit, dicking down, whatever you want to say.
What a loser.
Opinions. True that. But opinions on Stein and Dawson Dynamite's bet that he talked about on podcast recently. At the
your stupid ass leg tattoo bet? You're already aware that you were there, and so was Dawson,
Yeah.
but for everybody else, they have a bet going for their match. If they get a 5-star, which Stein agreed to for some reason, that if they get a 5-star, he has to get a Goat of Rec Room Wrestling tattoo on his leg, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know whose fucking dumb idea was to like,
Hey, let's put a
It was probably Dawson's if I had to get. And Stein agreed to it, which is even worse. But, like, if for some reason they do, now he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. I kind of feel bad for them. Oh, you changed it to a goat? Okay.
well,
Oh, you might change it to a goat. Okay. So you haven't fully changed it yet, but gotcha. I guess that's a little better. The story behind it's always going to be weird, though. Hey, stop! Hey, whatever your real name is, how did you get that goat tattoo on your leg? Now you see, there was some 14-year-old British kid. some 14-year-old British kid made a bet with me on this online video game, and I lost, so I got this tattoo for him, for a child. Let me say that one again so it registers. Getting a tattoo for a child. That's why it's stupid. That's why I hate this bet. That's why I hate this bet. Fuck your bet. It's dumb. That's all I got.
Dawson Dynamite. We're gonna go a quick roll intermission. So we're gonna add whatever the fuck I don't know. We'll add like a dying dog PNG or some shit. It's a quick intermission. Shit doesn't have to take that long. Hello. Hi. Anyways, we're gonna.
Oh, you know what
do the
fucked up thing happened before? You know what fucked up thing happened to me on campus today? I was walking through like this populated area where like a bunch of people like to promote their shit, like frats and like thrift stores or whatever. Who likes to come to this area? And there's these two girls here who were just like passing stuff around, and I walk by them. They go, "Hey, would you like some free condoms?" Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just walked by.
It's like, hey, would you like?
Thinking of the Family Guy bit. I just sat down.
I just sat down, man. That's kind of crazy. Imagine going to like a job interview and just some lady at the door is like, hey, welcome to blah blah blah. Would you like some free condoms?
Yeah, so fucked up. Anyway, I took the condoms and I started walking off. I had a bus to catch. I wasn't gonna miss that. I got some jerseys and shit now. I have a Steelers jersey I just got. It's great. Good campus shopping. $20.
The moral of the story is, somebody comes up to you with a pack of condoms, take them and walk away. Simple.
Sorry to get you off track there. I just thought that was a funny story to share.
No, absolutely.
What if there's holes in it?
Oh yeah, also make sure there's not holes in it. Yeah, that was another thing. We want to make another one of fucking mistakes. Anyway.
None of you virgins listening to this show are gonna be fucking anytime soon.
You fucking virgins listen to this shit anyways. Doesn't even fucking matter.
That one was so mean. I apologize for that one.
I just realized we're just probably yelling like at fucking children. Like, you're fucking virgins, you never fucking watch this shit. Fucking fuck you.
I had to save the recording before it stops. There we go.
There we go. But this is the other half of the question. What is one match you're excited to see? I'm not sure if it entails. Do you mean like at the pay-per-view or like? Okay. What's one match you're excited to see if the pay-per-view? If you are, I know you won't be able to make it to the actual show, but through the recording or even hearing about the match card, is there one match you're excited to see?
So there's two matches with a lot of like hype behind them, which is the Ruby Vacation, Stein, Dawson. Those two I'm excited to see because of the hype. I'm like, well now I have to see what happens here.
Yeah.
But the other one that I've heard a little bit about is like Mr. Cheese versus Jetstream for the high stakes briefcase. I'm actually looking forward to that one too. I don't know what else is on the card though, besides those three matches.
We have, I believe, opener is going to be the high stakes briefcase match. After that, I believe we're going towards what is it? The
Inco versus Zero.
Inco versus Zero.
That one won't be too bad.
Yeah, Inco versus Zero. Then I believe it's Alex versus Shay, right?
That one could be good too.
Yeah, Alex versus Shay for the hardcore title. Then we mosey on to what is that? The co-main right afterwards. After that? Yeah, Ruby versus Vacation.
So there's only 5 matches. Gotcha.
Yeah, we've got a pre-show though.
We got a pre-show. Yeah, we got the kickoff show.
Of course.
It's going to have.
Of course. Don't record it for
Steel cage.
I'm gonna have to put a lot of requirements on this one. I just know this thing's gonna be like 2 fucking hours long.
Well, the question is, I'm hoping we're not putting both of them together, because with me editing it, I'm gonna put separate as the kickoff show separately to the pay-per-view. So hopefully the pay-per-view is not as long. I'm hoping we have a timer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have time limits. Yeah, I'm gonna have time limits on the match.
Yeah, that's it. So don't worry, it won't be like 2 hours long. I'm hoping.
2 hours long. I'm definitely setting that bitch for this show for some ton of requirements.
Like,
wait, that's
y'all gotta
2
donate
hours
me
of
like
my day sitting
$100
through
or
that.
some shit. Like, y'all gotta donate me. Y'all
2,000
gotta 2,000
Yeah,
souls.
just give me the 2,000 subs.
Give me
That'd be
2,000
funny.
subs and then I'll review it. The amount of devices Dawson dipshit
I'd kill
Dynamite is
myself.
gonna have to get.
I wanna die! Shut up.
Yeah.
Great. I think this is the one interview I was so anticipating so much because I knew the amount of shit that was gonna come out of this fucking thing. But
Are you talking to me? This fucking
no,
thing? Are you talking about me?
that's it. I'm not saying you're spewing shit.
This
like,
fucking thing over here. I knew there was gonna be a ton of shit coming from him.
No, like I knew
This
the jokes and everything.
garbage can worth of a old bastard.
Shut the fuck up! I gave you fucking sunglasses, alright? I'm not that much of a dick.
No, you're just half a dick now.
I'm half a dick now, alright?
You're like
But yeah.
Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, I'm definitely like Bruce Jenner.
You like
I'm just
plasma?
gonna-
You might want to cut that one out. That's one that
Yeah,
might get you bad.
Okay, you're like, okay, buddy, you added the fucking last part. Alright, bud.
That's from experience. From experience, you might want to cut
From
that.
experience.
Oh,
Dawson
shit.
dipshit shit now. Oh no. But yes, Shep, that was sadly we have reached to the end of our interview here. Again, I appreciate you taking the time of your day, come and sit down and talk about everything basically. I think a lot of the people hopefully got their questions answered. Again,
And if they didn't, I'll just come back. You just come back to your island. I'll be here.
Yeah.
Waiting for my goddamn drink to get here.
Yeah. Hey, where's the drink service?
I ordered that fucking thing an hour ago.
I hear.
What the hell is this? Oh, it went through my chair.
Is
Oh,
this a hold on.
is this like Jello? What?
We got it.
ShepBandicoot, more things.
Why you just? What a dick! You just throwing shit in my face.
Just look, you got a fucking, onion rings or some shit about a bowl of ramen or something.
Baja Blast.
Oh, we got
Baja Blast.
We got Slurp cum or something. I don't know what the fuck we got.
That one at least looks like Powerade. I might take not that one.
Yeet.
I'll take that one though.
Yeet.
All right, and I'm just enjoy the rest. You can come back here. We'll enjoy the sunset again together. But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, this absolutely. I had a hoot of a time. That's a fucking.
I'm gonna have to kill this fucking waitstaff in a second.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think that.
Pay me more!
Really,
Oh, I'm not. I didn't hire you. Who the hell are you talking to?
Who the fuck are you, you little bitch?
Why would I hire you? I'm the guest here. This isn't my island. I didn't pay for this. I didn't get paid for shit. I stumbled on here.
Is this Epstein Island?
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think that's the perfect way to.
That's another one. Yeah.
That's another one for the books. But yes, Shep, again, I appreciate you every single time that I take the time out of to answer some questions. Again, if there's still questions that need to be answered, we'll come back. We'll come back for another time and have another chat like this. But hopefully this time not with the shitty waitstaff that you have here today. But
Bill.
Yeah. No, that sounds good to me.
Besides the shitty waitstaff, I like to ask this for every single one of our interviewees before we end off the episode. Would you like to leave something, a quote of yours or anything that you would like to leave for the ending of this video?
Yeah. So ShepCast episode 3 comes out next week. That will be on with Stein Time, so look out for that. YouTube is ShepBandicoot, spelled exactly how my name is up here, without the YT on it. You can join my Discord there. If you find something that you like there, great. If you're just here for Rec Room Wrestling content, you already know who the fuck I am. So I don't have to worry about you guys. You guys are great. I appreciate every single one of you guys just for even watching this one. And I hope to come back.
Absolutely. All right, without further ado, let's get the fuck out of here and let's.
That's it, motherfucker.
Wear protection, kids.
Yeah, and I think we gotta do something before we.
Get away from me, old man.
You.
Get back here, you son of a bitch.
No.
I got the joints of a 20-year-old.
All right, I'm
You got
gonna
the joints
go
of a
ahead
dinosaur. Get away from me.
Oh shit, I guess you're right. I didn't make the jump.
I think
What?
this is where I take my.
Is
I
Roblox.
think this is where I take my leave and I go off into the sunset. Again, thank you, Shep. We're gonna end off this episode here again in the water, just like Aquaman once said. Viva la vida, motherfuckers.
There's
All
plenty of fish in the sea, but there's only one that can suck your dick well.
That's absolutely true. The sucklefish. Anyway, we're getting the fuck
Wear
out of here.
protection.
Deuces.
You gotta play some more Wii.
Go, Nazi. Life is Roblox.